Hi everyone, it's Sue here. I am 2 weeks and 2 days status post VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy. My pre-op weight, the day that I went into the hospital, was 250 pounds. My starting weight when I started the program that I went into in September was 305 pounds. So I'd lost 55 pounds prior to surgery. And the day that I left the hospital, I was 200. Stop saying three. So I was 305 in September, 255 on March 30th, the day of my surgery. No, 250. 250 on the day of my surgery. Oh, I'm so confused. And when I was discharged on Wednesday, which would have been April 1st, April Fool's, maybe that's why, I was 256. Bummer. So this week I am 240. So I've lost 16 pounds in 2 weeks and 2 days. So I'm down a total of 65 pounds since I started the program in September, and 16 pounds since I left the hospital. And so what's gone on this week? I have been, my program that I'm on seems to be a lot more restrictive than a lot of other programs that people are on. I'm not sure why, but that's the way it is. I went to see the nurse and the nutritionist last week. They were both highly impressed, only because I had lost the 55 pounds prior to surgery. And so they both were impressed with my weight. The nutritionist said I had actually already lost 33% of my excess body weight. And I talked to her about a pureed diet, and she said no. She said you have to stay on the liquid diet for a total of 4 weeks after surgery. I said, but I was told that, because I know this because I had to take a quiz, and that was the one question that she told me I got wrong, the nurse, and then I said, no, it's right, here's the book. She asked me how, one of the questions on the not she asked me, but one of the questions on the quiz was, how long do you have to be on the liquid diet after surgery? And the book said 2 weeks. And so, no, the book said 4 weeks, I'm sorry. So I put 4 weeks, and she said, oh, no, that's wrong. And I said, no, I'm showing you the book. It says 4 weeks. She goes, oh, well, that's changed. She said, that's 2 weeks. We have to redo these books. It's 2 weeks. Okay. So when I went into the nurse, I expected, because I was close to 2 weeks, I expected to change. When I saw the nutritionist, I thought I was changing over to the pureed food. And she said, no, it's 4 weeks. She said, that's for bypass patients. And I'm like, why does that make a difference? So here I am on a liquid diet still. But I'm starting to puree soups, not puree, but to liquefy soups. I have a Ninja and a Bullet. And the Ninja works very well for making things. Is that my cat? Is that my stuff just moving around? Sorry. My cat gets into my stuff sometimes, and that's very annoying. Anyways, so anyways, 4 weeks. So I have, this is 2 weeks and 2 days, so I have just under 2 weeks left of the liquid diet. So I've been doing like Progresso soups, the low sodium, low fat ones, and I've been putting some of the vegetables or whatever and some of the broth and using my Ninja, and it just like liquefies everything. It's just a liquid. And I've been eating about 3 ounces at a time, and then I'm stuffed. And so what I have to do is get into the habit of eating, making sure I eat 3 times a day, because I don't, because I'm not hungry. I have my protein shakes, I have all my water, but I'm not eating enough. So, anyways, my mother made me some homemade soup, and she makes really good homemade soup. And she gave me a jar. She puts it in canning jars. She gave me a jar to take home, so I'm really happy. So I'm gonna eat that. Now, a jar will last me like over a week for sure, because I have so little. And so I've been finding just that good flavor is really comforting. I tried, probably shouldn't have done this, but my husband made hard-boiled eggs last night, and I said, oh, I could really like crush, mush it up fine, and really, I put just a tiny bit of hummus in there and just mixed it up, because I've had little bites of hummus here and there, and so I mixed it up, really fine, really mixed it up really good. Oh man, my stomach was killing me. Ay. First of all, I think I ate it too fast. Second, I just think that I'm not ready for food like that. I don't know, but we'll see. So the other issue, and everybody talks about it, and I'm going to talk about it too, and they say TMI, but it's not TMI, because I want to hear what other people are doing as far as pooping. Okay? I want to know about your pooping, people. Oh, oi, the things that we talk about. It's like when we have kids, the mothers get together and they talk about their kids' poop. Now we're talking about our own poop. Oh, so I didn't go for 16 days after surgery, which means yesterday was the first time that I went. 15 days after surgery. Yesterday was the first day that I went. And I started taking Metamucil. They told me to take half a dose, but I'm taking the capsule, so I just take a Metamucil. I took it for a couple of days. And I went, but I'm not ready to go. It was really hard, and it was really awful. So I'm feeling kind of like I just really want to have normal bowel movement. 16 days is way too long to go. And so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I see the doctor on the 22nd. I may have to call the nurse and see if there's something more aggressive I need to do, or is it just because of the fact that I'm really not eating all that much at all. And I need to force myself to eat 3 times a day. Even if it's 3 ounces, I need to eat 3 times a day. So the other thing I have, and I'm wondering if other people have these same thoughts, and I know that a lot of people, their program is different, and a lot of people are like right out from surgery, and they're already on like stage 3 diet, which is like soft meats and things like that. And sorry, I'm doing some reorganizing in my room, and it's a disaster as always. It'll get there. So anyways, but I've been thinking a lot lately, and it's kind of weird, but I'm thinking about when I get advanced to pureed foods, because I'm going to be able to do a lot more, and the feeling is a little bit of I'm afraid to eat kind of thing. Like when I ate that egg last night, it really didn't agree with me. I wasn't sick. My stomach just hurt so bad. And so I'm afraid to eat for a couple of reasons, and that is because of the effect that it has on my stomach. And the other thing is that I feel, and this doesn't make any sense, I know it doesn't, that if I start eating more, I'm going to put on weight. And so I'm really struggling with that, those emotions. Lots of emotions going around eating for me. I started this 6 months ago, and 6 months ago I cut back my portions like drastically. I was eating very small portions and having, a little bit of meat, lots of vegetable, lots of like salad or things like that. And obviously I cut back drastically to have lost 55 pounds from September to March. Um, and but now I think because my stomach really hurts if I eat, like I also had Monday night, Jack bought some fresh strawberries, and I added that to one of my protein drinks. And maybe it was the seeds, but all day Tuesday, oh, my stomach was killing me. And I mean, that's the day I had my bowel movement too, but I still feel, and I've never had the bloated, like the gas pains that people talk about, but I feel bloated. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's a little frustrating. And I think it's typical, I would imagine, for people to go through all these emotions at this stage when you're getting ready to transition into a new phase of your diet and stuff. But I know that I'm not going to go back to eating in my old habits because I don't want to, and I don't have any desire to. But I don't know. I just have these. That's me. It's just weird sometimes. So, anyways, but I am going to start mindfully eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even though it is only the 3 ounces. I really have to do that because I sit here, I'm a crafter, and I'm organizing my room and doing all this stuff. And I sit here and, I don't even think that to eat or anything. So I have to really set myself reminders, put little post-it notes or something. Eat at this time, eat at this time, eat at this time. And I just have to do it because it's just not going to be a good thing in the end. So that's what's happening with that. And the other thing is that, um, you know, I had my blood sugar, my A1C drawn. I didn't go on any blood sugar medication, and I had it done in February. Prior to that, it had been 7.6, then 7.2. February, it went down to 6.8. And so I'll be really interesting to see what it is this time, which I'm going to find out tomorrow. And tomorrow's the last day of my heparin shots, which is really good. And oh, I know what I was going to say. So this is not, a bother, but it's very interesting how they say, oh, you're going to go off all these medications. If you're on diabetes medication, you're going to go off. If you're on blood pressure medication, you're going to go off. And you could go off your cholesterol medication. And so, people take medications for other things. So for me to I dropped my blood pressure medication during that 6-month period where I was losing a lot of weight. So that's already gone. And then I stopped taking my glucophage for my diabetes, or metformin, before my surgery. And they told me not to start it up again. And then now they've added Actigol because I have my gallbladder intact and they want to make sure everything is digesting correctly. And so I take Actigol, vitamin B12, iron, and multivitamin, and calcium citrate. So I dropped blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes. So now I added 2 more medications. So, I just think it's interesting how they say that. I did send a letter with my at my 2-week visit, and just explaining all my issues with the program and what I think they need to do, and how, things like they need to have guest speakers be people who are out from surgery for just a week or whatever, or 2 weeks. And because someone coming in and talking to us that is a year out from or more out from surgery, they're not going to remember those little things, like it took me 16 days to have my first poop. They're not going to remember those things. And so I just think that that this program needs to have people come in from all stages of the program, at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, just to talk to people about reality, because you're just fresh out of the hospital, so you know a lot more and things like that. So I did make that recommendation. Oh, excuse me. And they are, they said that they thought that was a really good idea. Whether they implement it or not, I don't know. But they do have post-op meetings, which I'm going to go to May 5th, I think, is the first meeting. Well, the next meeting. So she said that the nutritionist runs it, and she said it's a really good, informative meeting, and time where you can chit chat with other people. So I think I'll join that. I'll go to that on May 5th when that is. But anyways, that was my gripes, about that, and that the nurses at the hospital knew nothing at all about the bariatric surgery. Sorry. They knew nothing, and to the point where they were kind of rude. And my daughter's a nurse at that same hospital, and it just doesn't work that way. You don't treat patients that way. So I did make all those recommendations of what I felt and how I felt the program was and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But I see the doctor the 22nd next week. So I'll let you know how it goes then. And I'll try to be on time for my weekly update. So, all right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your support and your kindness. It's truly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.